Roda, the brick-faced Osman, has been found guilty of felony fraud.
Like, since when do we have a problem with scamming? Last time I checked, I want black people to scam. They scammed us.
Listen, where are all of these prideful Hotepians? Y'all should be apologizing to us because we was right from the beginning. I'm just tired of just why are you not tired of women like her? All rise. I, Judge MTR, presiding, have a couple of words to share. After 2+ years, constant ridicule, insufferable lies, constant updates, threats, and a torn community, Roda, the brick-faced Osman, has been found guilty of felony fraud. Yeah, the brickening is finally over. And currently, as I speak, she is serving time in a disgusting, nasty, overcrowded Houston jail after being denied bail. Roda completely messed up her life, and she has no one to blame but herself.
Y'all playing with me like we don't do voodoo there. Y'all playing with me like my mom's not a witch and my dad's not a wizard. Do you see all that?
We should see this as a victory, not only in establishing consequences for your lying ass actions, but also a victory for the image of black men. Because 2.5 years ago, when this information hit social media streets, we were all nothing but ain't shit. But finally, she was held accountable. And today we're going to go through that accountability. Not only what she will be facing from a consequence perspective, but also I'm going to share with you guys some tidbits that were happening during the court proceedings, which is going to paint a much needed picture onto this complete story. Let's get active. Without further ado, now the first place that we got to go is to the Queen of Accountability's page. Let's give her a round of applause. She was subpoenaed within this case, and if it wasn't for her, none of this would have been possible because the DA did not have all of the videos, all of the evidence that the Queen Accountability had that they played in the middle of the court proceedings that had not only the judge gasping, but the damn jurors. Now, on her page, she provides a bit of evidence to start out with. So you'll see this page. I guess this is like one of the court pages that you can grab, publicly available, right? So you'll see that the booking date for Roda was on the 29th. The court date was on the 30th with a bond amount of $50,000. And the follow-up page is going to show the result. So she is on appeal right now. And actually, there's an update to this appeal. I'll go over that in a quick second. And you'll see that she has received probation. It's actually 10 years of probation. And we're going to get into that as well. And the defendant is currently in jail.
I just wanted to see if there was an update because, she's doing all these things on social media and victims don't move like that. But I want to proceed with my fraud case because she's out here spending money still on these fancy places and she's laughing in our face. And she even told me, you can't do shit about my GoFundMe money because I was actually assaulted and I'm going to use some of it to sue you and all this other type of crap. I don't care about that. But I just wanted to make sure that I'm on the right path with my fraud case.
Yes.
So let's go back to the first page so we can look at her face as we go through more of the details. Queen of Accountability writes, I want to thank the District Attorney Keith Houston and the Houston Police for having me there and keeping me safe while I testified against Roda. We did it. She was found guilty. Now remember, in my last update video, the defense of Roda the Bricked was attempting to remove Daphne from testifying. They were trying to kill the subpoena. Why? Because Daphne has been following the case since the inception, had saved all of the Instagram posts, the reels, the stories, and as well as the threats against Daphne that Roda was posting.
You think you f***ing with me, but I'm about to lay your ass to rest. See where I'm at? I'm at the cemetery. Bitch, I'm about to lay you to rest. It's coming right back to you.
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now. The defense knew that when it comes to the morality or the character of Roda Osman, Daphne was terrible for their case. But that motion was denied, so Daphne went down to Houston and spent a couple of days down there helping the state of Houston prove their case. Now, before any of this even went to trial, Roda had the opportunity to plead guilty or not guilty. As we know, she pleaded not guilty. For those that do not know, if you plead guilty from the onset and you don't waste state dollars in having your case tried, the state usually is lighter on your sentence. But through her hubris, through her delusional grandeur, she thought that she was innocent, so she said not guilty. Now, there's another stage after that where you can actually take a plea deal. Her lawyers wanted her to take the plea deal after they looked at all of the evidence, but for some reason, she didn't want to take the plea deal. She still thought that she was innocent, or maybe that the state didn't have enough evidence in order to prove their case. And we're going to get into the evidence here in a quick second, but let's first go over her damn consequences. The number one at the top that you're seeing is 90 days in jail. Now, when I saw this originally, I said, off of 10 years, is that it? But wait, it gets worse. Inpatient substance abuse treatment. Now, this is a major benefit for Roda because I always thought that she at least had an alcohol problem. But after looking at some more of her stories that she posts, I think she actually has a drug problem as well. But let's proceed. Paying back the full restitution of $42,302. Now, this comes from her 2022 GoFundMe scam. And originally, this one confused me because I know that GoFundMe paid everybody back after Roda tricked everybody. But after being found guilty of this, this is the judge's way of continuing to punish her even after the 90 days when she gets out of the jail. By the way, let me also say this. Bump her PhD. Having a PhD, but having felony fraud on your record is probably worse than even the 90 days in this dirty, disgusting Houston jail. Because on top of that, you are being forced to pay back this restitution of $42,000. What is she going to be doing to make money? At the time when she originally claimed that she was hit in the face with a brick by a black man, she was making like $20 per hour. So if it's not for her active participation in whatever social media activities that she's doing to earn a scamming buck, how is it that she's going to make money with a felony on her record? By the way, and I'm going to need someone who's done some time in Houston to confirm this, I heard that Houston jails are worse than prison. I hear in prison, you could have more privacy. Like in these jail places, you got to take boo-boos with everyone looking. And there could be higher standards for food and for living. I don't know. You guys let me know. But going down from this, 10 years probation. Now, the requirements for probation are strict as hell. And Texas plays no games whatsoever. They ever call her and she don't pick up the phone, that might be a violation. She has 24/7 ankle monitoring on her, so she cannot leave whatever area that they tell her to leave. No drugs, no alcohol. She might be randomly tested, and her name better not be on the other side of a 911 call. And if any of that is disrespected, then she is to serve 8 to 10 years in prison. The judge was absolutely not playing within this case. And also, fun fact, the judge is more conservative leaning. So when the judge saw all of the videos of her doing all of the victimhood, oh, woe is me, on a block woman, I'm Muslim, LGBTQ, right? All of this victim shit, right? Like it didn't aid at all. They should have gotten one of them damn DEI judges in order to help her out with this. But I'm saving one of the best ones for last, because this one right here, it's just, this one right here for her might be worse than prison, baby. It might be worse than jail. It might be worse than having a felony on her name, or having to pay back the $42,000. 10-year social media ban. All right. And if she violates, she serves that 8 to 10 years in a federal penitentiary. Y'all don't see her post like that. Social media is her life. So banning her off of social media is like damn near imprisoning her. And to top everything off, you'll see that the recent update to her appeal was that the bond was denied. Her release date from jail is slated for January 26, 2026. So she'll have to spend Christmas in jail. By the way, I talked to the Queen of Accountability this morning. Guys, I cannot understate her importance in ensuring accountability has been delivered. She's going to have a live stream later on today. I'll leave a link to it down in the description box. Make sure you guys go over there, because she was actually in the courtroom, so can give details that I can't even give. All right. But she was the linchpin within this case, because again, the DA did not have all of the videos, all of the clips, all of the screenshots, and she saved them all. Now, what really did Roda in is three main things: her past criminal convictions, which they utilized to paint a moral character of her, right? And the past GoFundMe scam was a big thing. Wait, the judge was like, wait a minute, she's done this before, right? And I'll show you guys a clip of that right in a quick second. And then finally, her own mouth, right? Whether it be through the threats towards Daphne, which continues to paint her moral character, or like her screeching and screaming and saying odd shit up on the medias like, we love scamming.
Y'all, this is the first time I've even acknowledged this unhinged woman, the Queen of Accountability. The Queen of Delusion. You're still gonna be sad. You're still gonna have no friends. Your husband still won't like you. Your kids will still be ashamed of you. Daphne, I know your minions are watching. I know you're blocked, but Daphne Sutton? You see how quickly I got your last name? That was 30 seconds. Now think about how quickly I'm gonna find out your city and state, and then your address, and then your job, and then everybody in your family's name. Probably can get it before 6 p.m. today. See you in court, bitch.
Now, I definitely know some of y'all forgot that she did the exact same scam back in 2020. How do I know that? Because I actually forgot about this, right? But I've definitely covered this in the past. The one where she went viral, where it was $40,000, that was back in 2022 in Houston. Well, back in 2020 in Minnesota, she did the exact same thing. Let's listen to this video.
And they mad because
this was played in court, by the way.
you trying to be somebody. They mad because you trying to be somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They gonna beat me up. I'm 30 years old. They gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me. Guess what? It's up and down for a real nigga. But you gonna be a pussy all your life, nigga.
That statement right there, Daphne told me the jury was like, it was like gas, like all over the all over the courtroom. What did you say?
All your life, nigga. All your life, you gonna be a pussy.
What did you say? Let's
Up and
repeat.
down for a real nigga.
Up and down for
But
a real
you gonna
ninja.
be a pussy all your life, nigga. All your life, you gonna be a pussy. All your life, you gonna be a pussy. And I fought for myself, because I'm a gangsta ass bitch. What's up? Hoya tayo ko dalawas. Ika ko kaya doon ko na aya. Ani may garnes ayaw nagin saka. Hoya
It's up and down for
So they had Somali interpreters in there defining what it was that she was saying. I don't know what
a
she
real
said. Okay.
but you gonna be a loser all your life. You
I'm happy they're giving her the substance abuse.
trying to beat up a woman for fucking leaving and doing something with your life when your ass is fucking a loser all your life, nigga.
Okay.
You can't beat me up. You can't. It's all good.
Crazy and
They
carnal.
gave me a real good shiner though.
Yeah.
Grown ass niggas over fucking 6 feet tall.
All right. So, yeah, anyway, after this, she went up on GoFundMe and solicited money for this. So, of course, they're going to bring this back up. By the way, this is what they didn't want included in the case. But the admission of being a scammer in the courtroom. Oh, let's just watch.
And I tell this to every single person that has an issue with you, that try to get you shut down. I'm like, how dare y'all come at this black woman? And y'all don't even have the facts.
And y'all,
you
we
got
also
these white
say
police
that, we
officers
also
out
say
here.
that black people, we love scamming. We talk about scamming all the time. Since when do we have a problem with scamming? Last time I checked, I want black people to scam. They scammed us.
Listen. By the way, where are all of these prideful Hotepians, right? That just went, where are y'all right now, right? Y'all should be apologizing to us because we was right from the beginning. I'm just tired of just, why are you not tired of women like her? Straight up liars. Lied the entire time. And y'all just ate from the sea of victimhood. Oh, there's a fresh batch of victimhood over there. Let me bring this up. Oh, it tastes so good. It's just disgusting. Are y'all still in hiding? What's up? Y'all want to have a conversation? Let's talk about it, baby. But of course, they won't come out of their scummy little gopher holes. Anyway, they also utilize her being pulled over back in 2023. And she lied to the police officer and said that she was essentially her sister. They brought that back up in here. So when you take a look at all of the evidence, her moral character, how she conducts herself after getting beat. By the way, back in 2020, when she claimed all that stuff happened and she had the same kind of implant thing that she did back in 2022, she never called the cops or anything like that. So that counted against her as well. But when you put all this stuff together, oh, by the way, she was also late to the first court appearance, and in this court appearance, the lawyer was late, and the judge took time out to publicly yell at her lawyer. Yeah, the judge absolutely was not playing. Houston, y'all got it. Texas, y'all got it. Like, they love justice down there, apparently, and whew, they absolutely served it. Now, there's going to be some people down up in here that's going to be like, oh, 90 days. That's not long enough. And I think originally when I saw it, I was like, damn, only 90 days. And then I kept on reading. 10 years of probation that is not fun. 10 years of no social media when that's how she was making her money. That's how she was getting her validation. That's how she was getting seen. Whew. Having to pay back restitution when you have a felony on your record. Whew. She was making $20 per hour at the time of this incident, and that was with no felony on her record. So needless to say, accountability was a dish served frigid cold. Guys, again, link to my friend Daphne, the Queen of Accountability's YouTube page down in the description box down below. Again, live stream later on today if you want to take a look at the story from her perspective. And the last person that I think it is appropriate to touch on within this is the man that she originally accused, because whose name is Olan, by the way. We have a clip of him.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner. But in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Roda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict.
But says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you got to get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face.
This is a win not only for Olan himself, but of the Olans of the world. which includes me. As you listen to that community of never holding somebody accountable, lift her up as she talks about scamming, think about the Olans, how our images were drug, how we had to do combat, which anybody with a brain who is not emotionally inept or so biased in the way that they think about things can take a look at her image and everything that she projected and at least ask a question. Because before content creators like myself or Q of A went up and started to speak about this, the onus was on black men. Completely and truly, the onus was on the Olans of the world. False accusations in order to profit off of is some of the most disgusting forms of scam, because not only are you just looking for your own profit, but you're driving a narrative which continues to keep us farther and farther apart. So shame on you. And you deserve everything that the judge threw at you. All right, guys, let me know what you think down in the comment box down below. Let me know. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know how we do over here, all right? If I get enough comments, maybe I'll go live. Maybe I'll bring up Q of A. Maybe I'll bring some folks through. We're going to have a judgment party, you heard? Now, I will say, I debated at the beginning of this video, should I just start dancing in the damn video? But I was trying to keep it serious for y'all. You see how much I love y'all? I was going to do my victory dance, you heard? But no, I'm gonna try to keep it serious up over here and try to give you guys as much of the news, the reports as what I possibly can. But we should all be taking this as a win for truth and a win for justice. Bring back accountability. Until next time, peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound with his MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.